Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. SubhanAllah, you know, being in this room here today, brothers and sisters, is such an honor. And I want to take you back to 2024. Brother Malaz, I was at the One Part Studio in Australia, and he said to me, Shoaib, I'm planning something big. And I said, okay, let me hear about it. And he goes, I don't know if we'll be able to pull this off, but I want to do the Global Muslim Content Summit, and I want you to be a part of it. I then said to him, Malaz, you know what? Use me as a tool. See me how you like. Whatever you feel that I can do and I can bring value, I'm all yours. And now seeing this 2 years in a row, back to back, wallahi, brothers and sisters, I don't think you understand the scale of what is actually going on in this room. If I actually look at where the Ummah is going and who will transform the narrative moving forward, look around you. Look around you. This is the room. Think about it. The greatest Muslim voices are sitting in one room together. Has that ever happened before? So you are witnessing history. My job today, brothers and sisters, is talking about how to build a personal brand. Today I'm going to show you everything you have ever known how to build a personal brand, and I will rewire your thinking so that you can, number one, have genuine sustained impact. Meaning it's not just you post a video, it flops, you give up tomorrow. No. You keep going 5, 10, 15 years. You actually love what you do, and this is a very, very important thing. And number 3, you're part of a bigger mission. Now for far too long, we have been helplessly watching others shape the narrative. Who remembers after 9/11? Muslims were helpless. Whenever BBC, CNN, Sky News, whenever they post anything about our religion, we were just there like, no, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. We've always been on the back foot. Always been on the back foot. Until Gaza. Now, when Gaza actually happened, it taught us something massive. That the battle of narratives is one that we can actually win. Whoa, hang on a minute. Hold on a second. They're spewing whatever they're spewing. They're saying whatever they're saying. But wait a minute, we can actually have a voice. We can win. Who remembers Buster Douglas against Mike Tyson? He gave him a left hook in the 9th round, and then you realize, oh my God, his legs are like jelly. I've got his number. That's like us. We got a little, we can see something. There's a glare in our eyes now. We can actually see that the Muslim voice has something. And wallahi, we have the potential to change the world. But we have to believe, and we have to start moving. We have to mobilize ourselves. We have to start moving in the right direction. So today, brothers and sisters, I want you guys to understand something. No holding back. Everything changes. No holding back, not today. And I want to say one thing. I think it's very, very important that we understand what we're bringing to this room, every single one of us today. If you have an idea, if you have a tip, if you have something that you want to share, please don't put it in front of the table. We're now here as Muslims. Allah said in the Quran, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ, that the disbelievers are allies of each other as they come together. إِلَّا تَفْعَلُوا, if you don't do what they do, تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ, that there's going to be great fitna and corruption on earth. Think about this. The disbelievers, the enemies of Allah, they are pooling resources together. They are coming together. They are sharing military secrets. They are sharing media secrets. They're sharing everything. And we can't even share how to go viral or how to create a personal brand. So, from every single one of us today, I want all of us to make a promise that we do not hold back. We do not gatekeep. We do not keep anything to ourselves. Now is the time to open the playbook and to share it with every single one of us. Wallahi, if we get this right, brothers and sisters, I need you to understand something. If we get this right, uqsam billah, we can change the world. Because the people who can make that change are sitting in this room today. I know that there are various reasons why you've come here. I know there could be a reason, perhaps you want to grow your business or your brand, or the wife's getting on you, they can't pay the bills, and you want to kind of build a personal brand. I get all of that, no problem. However, at the same time, in that same breath, understand that you're not in a normal room. You're not in a room full of people that are just, joking, that are going to be coming here and just talking randomly and like, yeah, okay, cool, I want a little bit of this, I'm going to go see the school and the food is quite nice. I think you need to understand that there is something crazy happening right now. And that is that the shift that you are seeing in the world, this is a room that is going to determine that shift. When we turn the corner, the people in this room will determine that. And I want you to see that vision. So if we get this right, we can truly change the world. Because why? Allah. Because we are one team and our captain is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Brothers and sisters, we will not let down our camp. We will not let down our Prophet. We will not let down Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And I want every single one of us to take this upon ourselves and make it personal. That I am going to be that inheritor of that mission. There will be no Nabi after him. The Sahaba took this message and they sacrificed their life for us now. For us now, you are the Ummah of Muhammad. Ukhrijat linnas. You have been put out for the people. We are not normal people. We are not normal content creators. We are very, very different. Our ethics, our values, our mindset, our approach is very different to whatever you see out there. And now it's time to come together. Why? Because the future generations are counting on us. And I want you guys to watch something very quickly.
Wallahi, we are losing them every day. Right now, this second, a screen is raising your children and my children. They are exposed to more evil than any generation before them. Their worldview is changing. Their values are being manipulated and their identity is being destroyed right under our noses, all through this screen. And nobody is doing anything about it to fight back on a global scale.
She's nearly 15. I feel like she's just drifting away from me. She doesn't talk to me anymore, you know. All she does is speak with her friends all the time.
Bro, subhanAllah, my son doesn't even talk anymore. He's just always on TikTok or on Snapchat. I don't know, man.
She's just always on her phone, brother. It's completely taken over her life.
This is every single night.
I want you all to understand something. That today you are part of something humongous. You are part of the mission of Rasulullah. And brothers and sisters, I want you guys to look into the future. And I want you to understand that the heroes who are going to save earth are not outside this room, they are in this room. Look around you. Let's build a following. No, let's build an ummah. Convey from me, even if it is just one verse. We're not here to just create content. We're here to create genuine impact. We're here to create something that Allah and His Messenger will be proud of. We're here to create something so that when we stand in front of Rasulullah, when He stands by the fountain and we drink from His blessed hands, that He can be proud of us. You are all responsible, and I am responsible, because today the opportunity has never ever been greater. And this is the mindset that we have to have. And I took this from Brother Ahmed from Towards Eternity. The house is on fire and we are all carrying buckets. It doesn't matter how you carry the bucket or how you carry the bucket or what bucket I am carrying or what brand my bucket comes under. We're all carrying buckets. Now it's time to throw on the house, because there needs to be urgency now. We need to have urgency. We cannot wait around anymore. So today is the day to hand over all the tools. Because wallahi, we cannot keep waiting for moments like this, or unfortunately moments like this, or this, or sadly this. These are great, but the reality is that we need to start taking ownership. This has to be something that we consciously do. We have to understand that it's now time to build you. 3% of people online create content. That gives us a 97% opportunity. 97% of people are consuming content. 3% are content creators. What does that mean? The door is flung open. Seize the opportunity. 78% of people say social media influences their beliefs more than books or TVs. What does that show us? That we cannot stay lagging behind anymore. We have to start thinking forward and start understanding things from the lens of opportunity. Digital content now shapes religious, political, and ethical views across every single demographic. This is no longer just something that the Americans or the Westerners or the youth. This is everything and everywhere. And you know what's crazy? Wallahi, if you actually look at it, wherever you are in the world, they look at the da'wah of the West. They look at how we do things here in the West. This is how it is now. People look at the Western da'wah landscape and they take inspiration from that. I know people, I travel all over the world, I hear people say, oh, do you go to Hyde Park? And I'm like, how do they know? Well, now, with the click of a button, you can share anything. So understand what opportunity you're sitting at. The opportunity cost is also massive. Because if we don't do something about it, we will fall behind, and the people to be blamed are the ones in this room. So now we have to focus. We cannot waste and lose more years being behind. So let's get straight into it. A lot of people want to know, should I build a business organization, da'wah business kind of brand, an organization brand, or should I build a personal brand? Right? There's two different things. One is, you don't want to be seen on camera, you don't want to come out, etc. And there's an organization that's fronting it, and the other is a personal brand. The personal brand is you as an individual coming out on social media, sharing whatever you want.
Online, we don't really pay attention to business brands. Like Richard Branson has 12 million followers on X and only 250,000 followers on Virgin. Even Tim Cook has twice as many followers than Amazon. I think LinkedIn did some research and they basically found that if you were to start a business brand and a personal brand on the same day and you post exactly the same time, exactly the same day, by the time the business brand gets 1,000 followers, the personal brand will have 20,000 followers. So it's 20 times more powerful.
We have to understand something, and that is that people only buy from people they trust. People only listen to people they trust. People are only influenced by people they trust. Things are changing. It's no longer sitting behind a big organization anymore. People are now following people. Trust is at an all-time low. So if you're someone that comes out and shares value and people see you on the screen every single day, they're going to be like, oh, I like this guy. Buying decisions, buying habits, everything has changed over the last 10, 15 years and it's only accelerating in one direction, so we cannot keep ignoring it. We have to understand that if you've been sitting on the fence with a personal brand, let me tell you one thing right now, the opportunity cost is massive. People are now trusting people. Right? A personal brand is the fastest way to become known, liked, and trusted. In that order. First, you must be known. If people don't know you, you're invisible. Then you must be liked. You keep up showing up consistently. People like what you say, you bring them to value. And eventually, you become trusted. Once you become trusted, you become a voice that can have influence, impact, and income. My mission is to help the next 100 Muslim personal brands become trusted so they can have influence, impact, and income. And these are some of the people that I have worked with, some of the people that you may recognize, that you may know, across the various people that I work with. These are some of the people who I have helped build their personal brands. Now, let's talk not just about a personal brand, but a Muslim personal brand. Because I can talk to you from a secular perspective, but believe me, this is not the room for it. We're going to talk about the Muslim personal brand. Now, over 200 people I've coached. Here is what I have found. These are the 7 most common traits in those people who have become successful. They all had these 7 traits. Now you might want to take some pictures, make some notes. Number 1, they had conviction. This is very, very different. You know when someone says to me, hey bro, can you just show me how to make some scripts? Hey ChatGPT, give me 5 viral hooks or 5 viral scripts. Where's the conviction? You believe in what you're saying. Is there an inherent belief that stirs within you that makes what you want to say come out and people feel it? What comes from the heart goes to the heart. Number 2, they were unique. They didn't blend in like everybody else. They had something different, some edge about them, something that was a little bit, you could tell that they got something about them that other people don't have. So they stood out. They had a powerful reason why. Whenever I sat with people I coach, I always say to them, start with why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And they're like, oh, for my kids. Why? Then you keep going back and you understand the root and the crux of what is deeply within you. That has to eventually come out as your goal, your end goal, your stretch goal, the thing that you are going for, you're shooting for. If you don't have a big reason why, our religion, what does it tell us? Ikhlas is important, right? Why are we online? Why are we doing this? Fame? Vanity? Views? Dare I say, just money? We have to start questioning and understanding what is that big reason, and it has to be emotional and personal. More on that later. Number 4 is focus. If you chase 2 rabbits, you catch none. The reality is that a person that's got 10, 15 different projects going on, and they don't go all in concentration, some genuine focus, what's going to end up happening is that your effort is just going to spread and you're going to spread yourself too thin. You have to lock in and focus. No one has ever become successful and give content creation a part-time effort and then it becomes something part-time. Even if it's part-time in terms of time, your focus should be full-time. Meaning whenever you're around, you're picking up ideas, you're listening to people, talking to people, you're thinking about it. I'm just telling you what it takes. And this is what it takes. Call it toxic hustle culture, yes it is. The reality is that you have to focus. If you don't focus, if you don't lock in, you'll be wondering why is nothing happening. If you get a magnifying glass and the sun's hitting it and you want to burn a piece of paper, you focus here, but then guess what? Oh, I want that part to burn, I want that part to burn. No, concentration creates impact. If you concentrate and focus, it will have an impact and you just need to see it compound. This is number 5 now. A long-term mindset. They never thought just for here today or tomorrow or for next week. They're thinking 5, 10, 15 years. They're thinking, I want to build something. Human beings, inherently, we love building. We love when you play Call of Duty, weapon upgrades, a new skin, whatever. We love moving forward. As men, generally speaking, we love progress. So it's within us to build. So be patient right now because you're building something for the future. They have a problem-solver mentality. A problem-solver mentality is so underrated. They're solving problems for others, but also, if their views are low, if this video didn't take off, if it didn't do well, you just sit there. No, solve the problem. Business, life, marriage, work, all of it is about solving problems. If you have the mindset of being a victim, thinking, oh, my views are down. No, get up, go, write something down, think about why is it down. Solve problems, figure things out. I'm so frustrated with people that throw their arms up in the air, well, it didn't work. Can we start to actually focus in and start solving problems? And lastly, they never did this alone. They either had a mentor, a person that they soundboarded from, a room like this, or someone that they worked with. Why is this important? It's because it's important not to just be in your own head. It's a very lonely journey. And it's important that we have rooms like this and environments and spaces where we can actually share best practices with each other. Now, showing up online, I want you guys to understand something. When you show up online, you have to understand that it's like bringing a product to market. When you bring a product to market, what are you looking for? A good product is usually 2 things. It's different and valuable. If you are different and valuable, okay, things will start to gain attention. There will be some gravitation pull towards it. So focus on 2 things. So I know it gets a bit complicated and difficult. Focus on 2 things. Different and valuable. How can I be different? How can I be valuable? Okay? This is the question. You need 3 pillars. Once you understand these 3, everything becomes easier. Number 1, understand what are you good at. What are you good at? What is the thing that you have competency in? Number 2, what do you enjoy doing? And number 3, what problem do you solve? Here's how you understand what you are good at. 5 things you focus on. Number 1, what are your skills? Number 2, some knowledge that you have. Number 3, experience that you have had in the past. And the last 2, if you can't get, oh, I don't know what skills I have, I don't know what knowledge or experience, what are you complimented on? What do people say? Oh, bro, you're like this, man. Or what do people ask for your advice on? So if you don't know what it is, think about these 2 things. When was the last time someone complimented me on this? When was the last time someone asked me for advice on this? That's what you know what you're good at. The next thing, what do you enjoy? 3 questions. What do you lose track of time when you're doing it? Think about flow state. Think about when you're doing something. Some people love cooking. Some people love editing. Some people love playing games. Whatever it is, start thinking and start writing it down. What do you do and you lose track of time? Time is not an issue. Because some of you guys are at work and you're looking at the clock and it's like 4:20 and then an hour later it's 4:25, right? And you guys are stuck at work because you don't enjoy it. When you enjoy something, time is irrelevant. What would you still do without an income and without recognition? Think about the thing that you would do for free. What is it that stirs you within? And lastly, what problem do you solve? Is there a pain people have that you can fix? Is there a need people have that you know how to fulfill? Is there some kind of pain or a problem or something that I know that I can fix this for them? Can I fulfill a need for them? Yes? No? Start thinking on that level now. This is what makes you different and valuable. What you are good at, what you enjoy, and what problem you solve. I call this your gift. But some of you guys may not be able to truly grasp this right now. So, If you want help figuring this out, then I'll have to have a 5 to 10 minute call with you to give you some direction. In this room, anyone who wants to have a quick chat, apply for a call, anyone that wants to learn more about how you can identify your gift, scan this QR code, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone has a gift. Your gift is usually planted from a young age. Most people never discover it. Here's mine. To make it easier for you guys to understand this, let me share with you what my gift is. People see me today across my platform that have 8 million followers, traveling, speaking, all this sort of stuff. But here's what you guys don't know. It started at the age of 3, right? Don't worry, I'm going to stay on time. It started at the age of 3. At the age of 3, when I was living with my parents and my aunties in one house, 13 people in a 4-bedroom house. Okay, 13 people. If you're Pakistani, that's normal. Now, my dad had 7 sisters. 7 sisters. And they didn't like him because he had his own room. Right? He has his own room. Then my aunties used to take me away into their room, and they used to tell me, they used to make me watch Bollywood movies. So I used to watch Shah Rukh Khan and, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and you guys will know what that is, right? I know you guys know what that is. And then what used to happen, they used to get me to dance and to sing, and I memorized all of these movies at that very young age, and I was that person that was in the middle. I was like doing these little dances for my aunties, and this guy was my hero at the time. You guys probably know what Kushi Bubble Gum? All these movies, I memorized them. I had a hits of these movies. And so what ended up happening is, I also had a cousin. This cousin of mine, he was 1 year younger than me. And my auntie started to favor him. They started to look at him and they used to make me jealous. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the one dancing for you. Why are you, it doesn't make sense. And I would never question it. So I always felt that there was some injustice. There was some problem with, why are my aunties treating me like this? I hated bullies. And I hated injustice. Because I started feeling lonely and upset. And I started feeling that they're taking me away from my dad, and then I'm conflicted right now. And so at school, I stood up for the week. When there was I went to a Pakistani predominant area, it was a school with 80% Pakistanis. Whenever there was a white kid, surprisingly, that they were bullying, I would stand up for him. I would go, wait, what has he done to you? So I used to stand up for the bullies at school. And then in 2010, my life changed. I discovered Islam, and my value set started changing. But who I was, that stayed. I saw a problem around me. And from that very young age of standing up for bullies and hating injustice, I said, I can't just see what's happening around me. And I know Islam is true. I've studied this, I've researched it, I've looked at the miracles in the Quran, I've watched Dr. Zakir Naik on repeat for 5 hours a day. I know this thing is true. So I saw a problem, and I was like, I need to fix this problem. So I would stop random people on the street and ask them what's your purpose in life. And then I did something about it. I started to give da'wah by myself in my local area. I would go to the town center in the high street, get the da'wah school out, and I would speak, stay there for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. How big is the bloody problem here? Allah and His Messenger deserve to be worshipped. Allah created all of these non-Muslims. Why don't they know about Him? And I love that. I love that old version of me. I love that old version because it took action. Yes, delusional slightly. Yes, naive 100%. But that old version, we took action. And then we started getting reverts. In 1 year, we had over 300 reverts in 2012. So I started helping new Muslims in my community. I started helping them with one-on-one mentorship. But then all of them left. All of them left. So then I became curious on how to guide people and how influence actually works. I started asking questions. I would go to Hamza Sources, Abdul Rahim Green, I'd go to the IAERA office in London, I'd be asking them okay, how does this thing work? How do you retain people? How do you keep people? Because everyone seems to leave. So I experimented and changed the approach. We switched it up. We started creating experiences and brotherhood. We started taking these reverts for Umrah. We started creating this environment of dim lighting, campfire, lit in the sheet in the background, giving powerful reminders. And it worked. Things started growing, developing, and building in my local community. So we started transforming schools. We're like, hang on a minute, we got the recipe. We know how to create transformational experiences. Now let's take it into schools. We transformed multiple schools in our local area again and again. Alhamdulillah, Juma started packing out 200-300 students that would never pray. Now they're praying every single Friday. So I discovered something. My gift was I knew how to create environments that were powerful experiences that were set up for transformation. Environments and powerful experiences that were set up for transformation. I knew how to transform people by Allah's will. And I was good at it.
So the pain that I had growing up,
I want to show you guys something. We would create these environments and we'd have a campfire and the sheet in the background and the dim lighting and we'd make sure that everyone's looked after properly. We'd toast some marshmallows. We'd create a powerful environment. And you know what's crazy? Everyone who was in that environment, they're like, bro, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know why I opened up. It was just so powerful. And I want you guys to listen to one of the imams from London. We took away da'wah leaders at a retreat recently. Listen to what he said.
the pain that I had growing up, which is, to be honest, and this is mad because I didn't even know this was going to come out. This whole setup, this whole, yeah, mashallah. I'm there thinking, does it work?
That was my life, creating transformational experiences for Muslims. But life is full of surprises. And so when COVID happens, what do? Because now we've got social distancing. We're trying to, get deep and emotional in like KFC's car park with social distancing, it's not working. So then you have to change. You have to pivot. You have to adjust, you have to move. So then within the first year and a half of going online, I was able to direct and produce the first ever UK-based Islamic film that was shown in cinemas. In less than 2 years, I did something that nobody had ever done. And it became an obsession. These were my headphones. 14 hours every single day, creating and adjusting the sound level, sound engineering. This is what they've been through the wars. They've been with me for nearly 6 years now. I kept them as a souvenir. These were my headphones. It became an obsession, not because I love content. Why? Because I love creating transformation experiences. I knew what I was good at. And then the same thing that worked on the ground worked online too. Things started growing and developing and building online. What you're seeing now isn't just a skill, it's years of foundation finally visible. This is what people see. People just see the tip of the iceberg, right? They see the tip of the iceberg, but what they don't see is the years beneath that. The 16 years of work within the community. And this is what I'm trying to say. The thing that makes someone last online, this is all relevant, isn't a skill you can copy. It's a foundation that you can't fake. Built slowly, long before any of it becomes content. You need to be more than just an influencer. I'm sick and tired of this phrase. Why? Because everyone wants to come online and be an influencer. What are you influencing? Because showing up online itself is a claim. And that claim needs to be backed by something real or it's empty. There needs to be substance to this. You have to have something that you want to say to the world, a message that you want to bring out and share with people. You can't just be hollow inside. How can you pour from an empty cup? Now, brothers and sisters, every generation of Muslims carry this message somehow. By conquest, by trade, by scholarship. This generation carries it through a screen. Who else is there? Who else is there? Who else are we waiting on? Think about this now, brothers and sisters. Be very intentional with this. Who else are we waiting on? Who are we waiting to come and save the Ummah? Yes, I know it sounds utopian, but look around you. This is not normal. This room is not normal. You have to understand that there's something bigger at play. That Shaitan and his army are focused on us. Us as Muslim content creators. We are the ones that are going to come from. Shaitan and his army will make you fold your values. They will make you compromise. As Malak said, if you come here with the selfies and giggles, you've learned nothing. I want you to understand that there is something big at play right now. Brothers and sisters, you are not watching history happen. You are the one it's waiting on. You are the one history is waiting on. You people in this room, my beloved brothers and sisters from the Muslim Ummah, it is us. It has to be us. So we need to be connected to something much bigger. If you know that you are meant for more, if Allah has given you something and you just don't know how to unlock it, let's figure it out together. Especially those that want to create impact for the Ummah and benefit the Ummah and benefit the Muslims. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here are the tools. I built something for you guys. Since last year, I went away, and the amount of people that wanted to know how I script, how I create my content, it was too difficult to share it with everybody. You can create courses or whatever have you, etc. But now we did something. We created Creator. For a whole year I've been working on this. I've been working on this one project for a year. I sleepless nights, constantly iterating and building. This is a creative tool every creator has been missing. It shows you exactly how to take any piece of content, any idea, and I have embedded it with my own viral format. And you can put in any video, any prompt, any note, and it will spit back to you a script that sounds like you. Why? Because it asks you for your voice first. If you want to try it out, you can scan this. It is for GMC members only. There is a massive discount for until midnight tomorrow. However, I'm going to caveat this. 3, 2, 1. Come and see me at the workshop tomorrow where I will do a live demo on my workflow. Everything that I do from idea to production. That whole workflow, I'm going to lay it all out for you guys, inshallah. And this slide deck is going to take me a lot longer to finish than the next 10 minutes I've got. So I will start tomorrow with some of the information that I've missed today. Let's quickly talk about social media and content. Here's what you need. I'm going to blast through this. Take notes, take pictures, take videos. Number one is the correct mindset. People don't care, neither should you. I'm telling you one thing, brothers and sisters, your auntie that you're so worried about that she's going to be like, look at that content creator. Yeah, their voices, they're going to fade eventually. I'm telling you right now, they're going to hate you. One of my aunties, guess what? She doesn't like my mother. Right? I'm sure none of you can relate, right? Okay. One of my aunties doesn't like my mother. Guess what? She used to say things about me. Now her friends send her my videos. And then she said, that's my nephew, by the way. Those voices that you're thinking about, listen. Have a big reason why, and everything else fizzles and fades. Everything else melts into the ground. If your reason why is powerful, believe me, don't worry about what people say. Have a look at this. Your why will handle 99% of your fears. If you focus on people, there's pressure. You're worried about the crowd, you're worried about what people will think. Wallahi, have a focus on your mission, on your reason why. Because when you have purpose, you have focus. A strong why creates focus. And people's minds, people's opinions fade into the background. Number 2, experiment in the lab. You have to wear a lab coat and come into content creation with this mindset. I am experimenting. I am trialing. I am testing. I am trying to figure things out. I am not just going to post one video and sit there and hopefully one day it will, no. Iterate, test, post, test, analyze, test. Keep doing that. Build a rhythm of experimentation. Something Stephen Bartlett said I absolutely love. He said, your job as an entrepreneur is to take any idea and execute it fast. Collapse the gap between idea and execution, and you will be better than 99% of people. You will be more successful than 99% of people. This is a lab. Start experimenting. Stack layers of separation. You guys saw me when I was a young kid. What was it? Bollywood. Fine. That's something that I love. I love sound. I love experiences. I love feeling that emotion. Good. What do I do next? You stack that with 10, 15 years of giving khutbahs. You stack that with understanding cameras, with understanding sound, with understanding editing. You stack that with 16 years of working with young people and young Muslims and mentoring them. Now you bring all of these skills together, and that's what will grow. If you're just bringing one skill, it's going to be very difficult to stand out. Find out what separates you from others. Find your unfair advantage and start stacking that. Stack that as your arsenal and never ever stop doing that. Go all in and focus, as you mentioned earlier. A person who chases 2 rabbits catches none. There is something magical that happens when you focus and lock in on a goal for an extended period of time. Everything eventually compounds. If you stay consistent, it will compound. Consistency compounds and compounds and compounds. It eventually builds on top of each other and results will show over years. Right now, if one of my videos doesn't do well, heck, if 10 of my videos don't do well, I don't panic. You know why? Because I know that I'm in a process of experimentation. And so long as I do not give up and quit and stop, I will eventually be able to figure this thing out. Why? Because you're a problem solver. Okay? Most people will quit. This is where you take over. If it's difficult, I get happy. Why is that? If it's difficult, if it's challenging, if it's a problem, I get happy. You know why? The path of resistance is usually worth going down because it's the path most people are not willing to pursue. Hey, listen, look, it's going to be hard. Let me just tell you right now, it's going to be difficult. When it gets difficult and when it gets hard, guess what? You know that saying? When the going gets tough, the tough get going? It's not just a vanity catchphrase. It's real. When it gets hard, I'm like, okay, so this is where most people quit, yeah? Right. I take one big jump back, again. And if it's hard, this is difficult, this is tough, the wife is getting on to me, the kids need my time. Okay, slow down, go again. Why? Because that's the path of resistance. If it's getting tough, you need to keep moving forward. Why? Because that's where most people give up, and that's where you take over. Few projects quickly. You need to be likable. These are some unfiltered tips. You need to be likable. Guys, so listen, I've coached over 200 people online. If you are not likable, if you're not a likable personality, if you're, I'm going to swear, but if you're someone that just comes online and people don't like you, the reality is they're not going to follow you. If you're always in a mood and come online, that's not personality to be praised with. The reality is that everyone has to do something to be likable, right? So you need to be like a leader. What does a leader do? A leader in real life can lead online as well. Think about why should someone follow you? Start thinking in this framing. I need to be likable, I need to be like a leader. Why should people follow me? Would people follow me in real life? That's what you need to ask. How does social media work? As the Russian mafia said, follow the money. Platforms are businesses, money-making empires. They make money by keeping people on the platform. Your job, 3 steps. Number 1, your job is to give the platform what they want. Get people to stay on the platform. They will give you what you want. Reach, attention, and audience growth. So in the white is what they want, in the green, in the orange is what you want. They want people to stay on the platform, right? And you have to give them that. They will give you what you want, reach, attention, and audience growth. They make money by keeping people on the platform, so help them and they will help you. Hey, listen, it's a business transaction. Help them keep people on the platform and they will give you reach, audience growth, and attention. So let's quickly talk about Instagram, because we only have a few minutes left. There are 3 main types of content that you can post. Number 1, Reels. Number 2, carousel or static posts. And number 3, Stories. Reels will go to non-followers and grow your account. Carousels and static posts give you value to your current followers. Stories are to build further trust and sell or signpost your followers to your offer, or whatever offer that is. Today we're only going to speak about Reels. The most important metric for a video getting reach is watch time. People are no longer viewers. I don't call people viewers anymore. Guess what I call them? I call them scrollers. People are scrollers. Give them a reason to stay. And now people said hook. But Omar said it's a hook. I don't call it a hook, I call it a mirror. Why do I call it a mirror? Let me explain. Say something at the start of the video, link to them so clear and easy to understand that they see themselves in your video and can relate right at the start. Break someone's heart. Let me show you guys something, right? I'm going to give you a quick example. Can we turn the volume up? Brother, can we turn the volume up? Okay? If you break someone's heart. If you break someone's heart, 10.3 million views, 28,000 new followers. Anyone ever had their heart broken? Yeah? No? MashaAllah. Straight to the father of marriage. No one's had their heart broken. Allahu Akbar. That's the type of what we need. Imagine, everyone who's been heartbroken, they can relate, right? Keep your life private. Keep your life private. 50 million views, 235,000 new followers. Anyone an oversharer? Yeah? Allahu Akbar, everyone's a zalim. This is amazing. If you don't brush your teeth today, nobody would notice. Everyone brush their teeth, right? Khalas. Hold up a mirror at the start. If you wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. Okay. Simple. Anyone wore nice clothes before? Yeah. Anyone feel conscious about it? Yeah. Stop using the F word. Anyone here? No, we don't do that. Okay, you get the point. The point is, hold up a mirror at the start of the video. Let them see themselves straight away. Right? Make them curious. Think, if someone heard what I just said from across the room while they're distracted doing random things, will they stop and want to watch the video? Think, is this going to stop their attention? Is this going to stop the scroll? Is there something in there which creates a burning desire for them to want to continue watching? Now, we're going to end with this, and I'm going to continue tomorrow at the workshop, inshallah. A good hook is simple. Simple. What does simple mean? Do not complicate things. Don't complicate things for people. Make it simple and easy for people to understand. It has to be easy language. The average reading age is 11. It has to be relatable. People only care when they are interested. Don't talk about only the thing that you care about. Talk about the thing that mirrors who people are. It has to be sensory. It needs to look and feel appealing. If it looks dead at the first frame, people don't have a reason to stop. Make them curious. People, make them want to know more. Make them want to have that desire. I want to know more. I want to find out more. Give them that desire in them. Don't just say something and end it. No. Say something, throw something out there. If you wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. Okay, where's he going with this? Okay, yeah, I get that. What next? Give them something to continue. Anyway, all this other stuff, analysis, how do you analyze it, how do you look at retention, all of that sort of stuff, etc. We're going to be doing all of this tomorrow. Brothers and sisters, I just want to end with one thing. None of this matters if you don't have conviction. If you don't have conviction, you don't solve a genuine problem, and you aren't unique in any way, you will blend into the background and end up frustrated, wondering why it's not growing. Take a picture of this. This here is the framework on how to think. How to think. If you aren't convinced yourself of what you're saying, I've coached people, and they're like, you're a nice guy, really nice guy, but they're like, if you're broke, like, that's not you, bro. That's not you, that's not how you talk. Okay? Do something in line, or relatively in line with who you are as a person. That's why you need to find your gift. Solve genuine problems. Solve problems for people. Be valuable. Be unique and different. You have to be unique and different. Otherwise, you're going to blend in the background, you're going to end up frustrated and wondering why it's not growing. And my beloved brothers and sisters, I want to end with this. These are just some tools. Tomorrow in the workshop we'll cover a lot more, inshallah. I love you all for the sake of Allah. Let's make today an amazing day of sharing for all of us. May Allah Azza wa Jalla bless all of you, preserve you, and preserve the GMC and one part team. I love you all for the sake of Allah.